Here's something almost nobody talks about. You can eat enough food, enough calories, even enough protein, and still have a starving metabolism, not because you're undereating, but because your cells are missing the instructions they need to burn fuel. This is where micronutrients come in, vitamins, minerals, trace elements. They don't provide calories, they provide commands. Every single metabolic reaction in your body requires micronutrients as cofactors. No cofactors, no reaction. Doctors explain it like this: calories are the fuel, micronutrients are the spark plugs. Pouring more fuel into an engine with broken spark plugs doesn't make it run faster. It floods it. That's exactly what happens in the body. Let's talk about magnesium. Over 60% of adults are deficient. Magnesium is required for over 300 enzymatic reactions, including glucose control and fat oxidation. Low magnesium equals poor blood sugar control. Poor blood sugar control equals higher insulin. Higher insulin equals fat storage. Same calories. Slower metabolism. Now B vitamins. B1, B2, B3, B6, B12. These are essential for converting food into usable energy inside the mitochondria. No B vitamins, your body can't efficiently turn food into energy. So what happens? Fatigue, brain fog, cravings. Your body demands more food, not because it needs calories, but because it's missing the signals to use them. Iron is another big one. Low iron reduces oxygen delivery to tissues. Less oxygen equals weaker fat burning capacity. That's why iron deficiency often feels like, I'm tired all the time, and weight loss feels impossible. And then there's iodine and selenium, critical for thyroid hormone production. The thyroid is the master regulator of metabolism. When micronutrients are missing, thyroid output drops, metabolism slows, body temperature drops, fat loss stalls. Here's the scary part. You can eat a calorie-dense diet and still be micronutrient deficient. Ultra-processed foods are loaded with energy and empty of instruction. Your body gets fuel with no guidance, so it plays it safe. It stores fat. This is why eat less fails. You're not fixing the signal problem. And here's a pattern doctors are now noticing. People stuck at weight loss plateaus often aren't overeating. They're undernourished at the cellular level. When micronutrients are restored, something wild happens. Energy increases. Cravings drop. Appetite self-regulates. Not through discipline, through biology. Because when your cells finally receive the signals they need, they stop screaming for more food. Your metabolism doesn't want more calories. It wants better information. Here's the part nobody warns you about. You can eat the right calories. You can hit the perfect macros, and still sabotage your metabolism. Because food isn't just nutrients, it's structure. And processing destroys that structure. Doctors now call this the processing paradox. Two foods can look identical on a label. Same carbs. Same fat. Same calories. But inside your body, they behave like total opposites. Let's start with fiber. Fiber isn't just about digestion. Fiber controls speed. It slows how fast sugar enters the bloodstream. It feeds gut bacteria. It signals fullness hormones. When food is processed, fiber gets stripped out. What's left? Fast sugar, fast digestion, fast insulin. That's not food anymore. That's a metabolic ambush. Take this example. A whole apple versus apple juice. Whole apple, fiber intact, chewing required, slow glucose release, satiety signals activated. Apple juice, fiber removed, liquid sugar, instant blood sugar spike, insulin surge. Same source, completely different information. Your body doesn't recognize liquid sugar as food, it treats it like an emergency. Now let's talk about ultra-processed ingredients, refined flours, added sugars, industrial seed oils. These ingredients create inflammation. Inflammation interferes with insulin signaling. When insulin signaling breaks down, your body needs more insulin to do the same job. More insulin equals more fat storage. That's how insulin resistance starts. Not overnight, quietly, meal by meal. And here's where the gut comes in. Your gut bacteria read food like code. Whole foods feed beneficial microbes. Ultra-processed foods starve them. When the microbiome shifts, hunger hormones change. Leptin resistance increases. Satiety signals weaken. You feel hungry even after eating, not because you lack willpower, but because the information is corrupted. Now think about grains. Whole grains versus refined flour. Refined flour is powdered starch. Your body absorbs refined flour almost as fast as sugar. That's why bread can spike blood sugar more than table sugar. Same calories, different signal speed. Processing also adds things that never existed in nature: emulsifiers, artificial sweeteners, flavor enhancers. Doctors are now linking these to gut permeability and hormonal disruption. Your body doesn't know how to interpret these signals, so again, it plays defense: store fat, slow. Metabolism. This is why people say, I eat the same calories, but some foods make me gain weight. They're right, calories didn't change, information did. And once food loses its natural structure, your metabolism loses clarity. Now here's the part that gives you control, because once you understand this, weight loss stops being a fight. Your metabolism isn't broken, it's just been misinformed. And the good news, you can change the message starting today. The goal is no longer eat less. The goal is send better signals. First rule: stop chasing calorie numbers. Start chasing nutrient density. Ask one question before every meal: what instructions am I sending my body right now? Whole foods send clarity, ultra-processed foods send chaos. Build meals around foods that still look like food: meat, eggs, fish, vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, whole grains. When food has structure, your body trusts it. Second rule: anchor every meal with protein. Protein is the strongest metabolic signal you can send. It protects muscle, raises satiety hormones, reduces cravings later. Doctors consistently show that higher protein diets lead to better fat loss without calorie obsession. You don't need extreme amounts. You need enough to tell your body, muscle is valuable. Keep metabolism high. Third rule: pair carbs with fiber, protein, and fat. Never eat naked carbs. Carbs alone spike insulin. Carbs combined create balance. Think rice with vegetables and protein, fruit with nuts or yogurt, potatoes with eggs or fish. This slows digestion and stabilizes blood sugar. Stable blood sugar equals low insulin. Low insulin equals fat burning stays on. Fourth rule: respect micronutrients. If you eat calorie-dense but nutrient-poor food, your metabolism stays confused. Prioritize foods rich in magnesium, B vitamins, iron, zinc, iodine, leafy greens, seafood, eggs, legumes, whole grains. When micronutrients return, energy returns. And when energy returns, cravings fade, not through discipline, through biology. Fifth rule: minimize ultra-processed foods. You don't need perfection, you need awareness. If a food is engineered to be hyperpalatable, shelf-stable, and addictive, it's not sending fat-burning signals, it's sending survival confusion. The less processing, the clearer the message. And finally, consistency beats intensity. Your metabolism learns through repetition. Every balanced meal lowers stress hormones. Every whole food reinforces trust. Every stable blood sugar day nudges your fat set point down. No extremes, no starvation, just better information, over time. This is why two people can eat the same calories and get opposite results. One is feeding numbers, the other is feeding signals. Once you eat for information, your body stops fighting you. Fat loss becomes a side effect, energy goes up. Hunger calms down, control comes back. That's the real secret beyond calories. And once you see it, you never go back.